it's time to get some SportSense. You're gonna get some SportSense. You better get ready for SportSense. SportSense.
Hello. Welcome back to SportSense. This is the sports show for sports noobs, where my dad is helping us all make some sense out of sports. I'm Cooper Epps, and with me, as always, is my dad, James Epps. This is episode 44, and it is the final episode of SportSense Season 1. So we're wrapping this thing up. Dad, I asked you to come with 10 names.
It's basically 10 questions. It's 10 questions.
10 items to test my knowledge of Season 1 of SportSense. What the heck did I learn? Was this all worth it, or have we just been lollygagging around the past 44 weeks?
I'm excited, and I think you're going to do really well.
Okay. For the people listening, let's see how you do. Maybe if you're with somebody, pause it and see if you can tell them the answers before I say mine.
All right.
And let's see how correct I am.
This is the way you set me up usually. Okay, first one's got to be really easy. So these all came from our topics of discussion in SportSense, our first season. And they're usually and it's the big things. So I want you to most of this, if you don't remember, will refresh you because it'll help as we go to the next season of the different sports. All right.
Can you remind the people before we started this what you thought of my sports knowledge base?
I thought number one, that you really didn't care enough to try. You have so many other great interests.
Do you remember how you reacted when we were driving and talking about it?
Oh, yeah, you killed me. I mean, you slayed me.
I can't remember what we were talking about. Some football thing came up or something, and you were like, "Oh, you were freaking out. Oh my gosh, go what?"
I did expect a little bit more of you. I thought I was just giving a nice summary. I was being nice to you. Yeah, I did have some visceral reactions when you didn't know certain things, and I thought you were raised in my household, and I know we talked about a lot of this. But so yes, you have come a long way. I'm confident. And I love, again, you're doing a great service for those that only want to spend a smidgen of time to get a little flavor of what's happening. And I'm not sitting there telling anybody, our listeners, anybody, it's the most important thing. But if it is definitely something I've been passionate about, because I told you before, there's just so much that can be learned through sports from little kids on up, especially. It really can. That's why I've enjoyed coaching. That's why I've loved trying to help kids get better at it and have some experiences, like I said, even from the Little League baseball experiences where the kids just go crazy because we come back from a 5-run deficit, win the championship. Some of these kids at 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, that might be the biggest sports accomplishment they have in their life of them playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they might have fond memories of this, might give them a positive feeling about themselves. So I just think it's a bigger thing. Anyway, cool. And I love cheering for underdogs. I love a big upset. I love all that because I love the emotion of sports and competition.
Yeah. Okay.
So no, I didn't think you had much of that of what I just described. All right, but you're going to show off some tonight. You ready?
Exactly. All right. Yeah, I'm ready to show my growth. Here we go.
Question 1. What team won the 2024 World Series? And who's the best player that we went on and on and on about, who was the MVP?
Okay. Los Angeles Dodgers.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Against, let's see if I can remember. They beat the Yankees?
Very good.
Okay.
Do you remember what the game? This would be really impressive. How many you had to win 4 to win the series? How many games did the Yankees win?
Like 1, right?
That's it. Look at you.
Oh, nice.
4-1. It was Look at you.
It was like a domination.
So who was that's exactly right. Who was the MVP? Because we did almost a half a show on him.
Well, you're talking about Shohei Ohtani, right?
No.
Oh,
he's went to the Dodgers this year.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Is it Aaron Judge?
No, because he was on the loser Yankees. Now the Yankees, come on. We talked about, there's even one of your headlines is where I pulled this from.
Oh, man.
You named him in one of our headlines of our episodes.
Oh, my gosh.
Because you said it sounded like me and Keaton fell in love. We loved him or something. I mean, you said we thought he was, you don't remember? He played for the Braves the prior 8 years, and he went to the Dodgers.
I
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a half point loss here.
Well, only a quarter point.
No, give me a letter of the first name.
Well, its first and last name is FF.
Oh boy, I forgot.
First name F, last name F.
Oh, yes, Freddie. Like I want to say Freddie Mercury, but Freddie fan. I'm having deja vu now.
That's good. Do you remember us going on and on about it? You even you wrote about him.
He broke. Yeah. It was like a big. Yeah, like we kind of had like a patriotic conversation about him, right?
Yeah,
he was very patriotic guy.
Yeah, he's just one of the best.
He broke like a home run record or something, right? Anyways,
in the playoffs, yes. So he did one.
Okay,
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman. Yes, because that's why we talked about patriotic stuff. Yes. Yeah, Freeman. Yeah. Okay.
So you did real well. That was just a bonus. That was a little bonus. Right. MVP, but I thought you did good.
So the reason I remember that is because when we were talking about that at the beginning of the podcast, there was an office, like a staff meeting at my work, where one of the higher ups made a joke about the Yankees and Dodgers, and I never would have understood a lick of it without talking to you. And so, but I actually laughed out loud at his joke. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, it feels good to be in on it,
You were in the know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did great. So we're counting that as one. We're going to put a check mark by this one. All right. So that's your first.
Thank you.
One for one. Freddie Freeman was a bonus. All right. Who won the college football playoff championship?
Ohio State.
Look at you. You learned something. University. That's correct. Who did they?
The Ohio
State University. That's
all right. Now you're just adding on stuff.
No, I'm just.
You've been teaching me the Ohio State.
The Ohio State, but you got to say university at the end of it. All right, got check mark. Do you remember who they played?
I'm pulling, as they say, I'm pulling up our receipts on that one. That's crazy. You're getting crazy on me.
No. Ohio, you can say Ohio State, but if you're going to say you got to finish the whole thing. The Ohio State University.
Well, just so the listeners know, I'm pulling this up. I'm making a social clip out of this one. We're gonna show you exactly what you taught me.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Who they play? Just for bonus fun.
Oregon, and I remember that because Oregon was like,
but no, not for the championship game.
Oh shoot. Did they? Gosh, Georgia.
Think Catholic.
Oh, Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
it was a good game.
Okay.
They beat them 34-23. All right, you're 2 for 2.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Good. Yeah.
All right. This is not a who wins. This is about a player. Now we're going to some names, and we'll switch back and forth. And this is because this again came from one of our segments. And I made this easy, I swear. What team does Draymond Green play for? So NBA basketball. Basketball.
Yeah, I do know Draymond. I remember Draymond Green. He's a hot.
Keaton was talking about the WWE move he made. That's where I pulled this from.
Oh, right, where he threw the guy to the ground.
Yeah.
He was playing on the Golden State Warriors this year.
That's where he's been the whole time. Yep. So you got it.
That's the only team he's played for.
In the NBA? I think he was drafted by them, but he's been with them forever. If he wasn't, rather go back.
Great.
You're 3 for 3.
All right.
How you like that?
Yeah. Give me more.
All right. Simple. Who is the Super Bowl winner? What team?
The Eagles.
Very nice.
Because of the tush push.
And who did they beat?
This
is easy. Now think why it was so big.
Well, yeah, I want to say the Lions because we were rooting so hard for
them.
Who
was going for 3?
They didn't make it.
Who was going for a 3-peat?
The Chiefs, Kansas City, right? Nice. Yes, they ruined their 3-peat chances. Okay.
Bonus. Who was the MVP?
Obviously, you're making this like 30 questions tonight.
No, I'm showing you. I'm just showing off.
Who was the MVP?
Of course, he played for Eagles, right? So
it's got to be Saquon Barkley, right?
You would think, but it was Jalen Hurts, the quarterback.
Okay, quarterback. Okay.
All right. You're 4 for 4.
All right.
You feeling good?
Yeah. Why? You keep asking me that. I feel
this is the easiest one. We'll go quick. What team beat the USA in the Four Nations face-off? Beat us 3-2. Canada. 5 for
Yep.
5.
That was that one hurt. That one
I knew
really
that
hurt.
would make you sour, but
Yeah.
we had to get. I was giving you one that I told you right down your alley on that one, right? All right, this one you'll know. I feel good. But again, you wouldn't have known any of these things before, right? That's what's good. These seem
Yeah.
kind of easy to you, somewhat.
Even the Four Nations one, I think I might have missed that on a
Yeah, because
normal
that was
year.
very short playoff, very short
Yeah.
competition. All right,
Yeah.
number 6. Who set the record for making the most 3-pointers in NBA history? They had done that, but who crossed the number of 4,000 3-pointers?
Yeah. Steph Curry,
Very good.
Golden State.
Yep.
But it's crazy because you got these 2 Golden State questions in here, but they were kind of not a losing team, but they didn't even make the playoffs this year.
But do you remember what he did? He hit 4,000. The prior, you won't remember this probably, but the prior record was only 2,974 or something.
Oh,
So he had been breaking it each time he shot when he broke the record. But he went past 4,000. That was the crazy mark. And we talked about it, and I have said, until I die, I don't think that will ever be broken. Personally, I don't think it'll ever be broken. All right. Another easy
6.
one. No, this is number 7. So you're 6 for 6. Who broke the NHL career scoring record in 2025?
Yeah, you give me softballs now. I thought you were going to get these going to get harder. Alexander Ovechkin on the Washington Capitals.
They're getting ready. Yeah, I try not to be. These are things we really focused on. So, all right, this might get a little tougher here. I doubt it. What golfer completed the career, quote, Grand Slam?
Rory McIlroy.
Man, you're 8 for 8.
I was going to, before you even finished the question, I almost said Scotty Scheffler, but I figured I ought to let you finish.
Yeah, but no, you got it.
Those are the 2 big golfers we've talked about this year.
Yes, but the Grand Slam, remember that was so.
Yeah,
he'd been carrying that burden for 16 years. Of course, since then he's been a real heiny. I don't know what's happened to him. I think he's going through a divorce or something. Things are bad. Yeah, he's been a real jerk since he's done this. It's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've been disappointed in him. But anyway,
side note, he and Scotty Scheffler were pretty prominent in Happy Gilmore too, which I know you haven't watched.
No, but I knew that. Yes,
I was glad that we talked about them because I knew who I was looking at in the movie. It was fun.
So they call it the FedEx Championship. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But Scotty won this past weekend, and there's only one more final tournament. The way it does, it shrinks the field each week for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and he won the thing this past weekend. And then there's only 30 golfers left to win, and they play for $10 million this weekend coming.
Oh my gosh.
And whoever wins that, no one's ever won it back to back. So I'm slipping this in there. No one's ever won a back to back FedEx Championship.
Okay.
It's like an ongoing seasonal thing. It's like the playoffs. Golf instituted this several years ago to give it more excitement at the end of the year.
Okay.
Right after the majors have happened, everybody kind of people lose interest, but with the FedEx Championships, like the playoffs, so it is pretty cool. This time now it's the 30 top golfers.
You're saying they're taking a page out from the college football playoff?
Yeah. Anywhere exactly.
When you're saying the playoffs, that's what you're meaning. Yeah.
Yep. So pretty cool. You're 8 for 8. Yeah. What horse is unquestionably the GOAT? The greatest of all time.
Secretariat.
Yep.
Secretariat.
Number 9. See, that was good to you.
Yeah.
All right. Now this one, we'll see. This is probably easy for you too. But number 10, what team? And I want to get the major sports, right? Because that's a big thing to take away. I told you for this year coming and last year, see what you retain. What NBA team won the 2025 championship?
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Look at you. You went. That's it.
With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
There you go. You learned so much. You went 10 for 10.
Okay.
I wasn't going to go in there I really wasn't digging. I went in to look at the main things we spent time on.
Well, yeah, you were pretty nice. I thought you were gonna do the reverse, where you were gonna give me a name and I'd have to give their story a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, you made it pretty easy actually.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight what I thought. You think about it; those are some of the top sports stories of the year, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. What they're culminations of seasons or career accomplishments. That was the theme I was going for.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we had records broken, all sorts of records broken.
And you want to know who won the championships of each sport. Yeah. So now that's a refresher, and look how much you retain.
So the big, I had to think about it every time though, except for Secretariat, that one, and Ovechkin. Those were easy, but yeah, no, it's funny. It's just there's so much, and like how important will that information be a year from now or 20 years from now? We'll have to see. But but I'm glad I learned it for now to be able to chat with people.
For those who are great fans of one of those teams, they'll remember it forever when they win the champ. Especially Philadelphia hadn't won in a long time, and Oklahoma City Thunder winning for the first time. These are believe me, their fans will remember it forever.
That's a really good point. When the Hurricanes, I mean, I was 10 years old, I think, when the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup in 2006. And so, yeah, and I still remember it. I remember the hat that I got celebrating it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, so if I ever meet somebody from Oklahoma City or Philadelphia, I'll be able to bring that stuff up. So cool. Well, if you were listening along and trying to answer those, let us know, send us a message and let us know what your score was in the quiz. But Dad, that was great. We've got a few more minutes, and so I want to talk. I do have some like current event things to bring up.
Yep, let's go.
Before then, let's take a break and give a little teaser for season 2 of SportSense. We're going to start each season of this with the college football season. We kind of tried to have a format when we started last year, but you and I were still trying to find our footing a little bit as to how to even do a podcast and talk about this stuff. We're going to try to do this format for season 2. Every episode, we're going to try to open up with some sports speak. We used to call it lingo, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make any sense. I was just jabbering. So
we're gonna fun with the words.
You
liked how it sounded. I got it.
And I made a sticker. Oh, where'd it go? Called saying I speak sports.
Oh, that's good.
Funny enough, giving them out to my friends out here, that's been the favorite one.
Really?
And so anyways, so we're gonna call it sports speak.
Sports
okay,
speak. At the beginning I like it.
And we'll define at least one new term every week relevant to the week's news. Second, we'll dive into, sports news for sports noobs, like my other sticker.
Nice.
Okay, I've been building a habit of collecting headlines throughout the week, knowing what to ask you about a little bit better. It's basically what you missed section, okay? Then third, we're going to have the big game.
Yeah.
We're going to try every week to say, this is the biggest game or match or fight or event, if it's like the Olympics or something, of the week that everybody's going to be talking about that you should be aware of. So those are the 3 main like segments that we're going to be doing, or we're going to attempt to stick to in the coming episodes. So Dad, how's that sound to you?
Perfect. I like it. Thanks for organizing us. And we had that flow off and on throughout the year, I think, but we added a lot of stuff in between sometimes. So yeah, that sounds great. I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay. Well, let's go back to just a few little news headlines just to wrap up our final season here, or our first season.
What you got?
So, look, the biggest thing, sports or sports adjacent this week, Dad, do you know what it is?
The biggest sports adjacent thing.
I'm bending our definition pretty good here. But is there anything that you heard the most about?
Yeah, especially Putin and Trump meeting in Alaska. But that was my political.
I don't think there were any sports going on there. You ever heard of a guy named Travis Kelce and a girl named Taylor Swift?
Yeah. I blocked that out. But yes, I know she was on the podcast, the Brothers podcast, and yes, she announced her next album. Yeah, I know all that.
Yeah, I mean, we got to mention it. It's a mailbag segment, if nothing else. I had several women in our lives,
your wife particularly would be not happy with us. So,
oh yeah, for sure. So, I didn't even know what the Kelce's podcast was. For those who don't know, I thought I'd just inform you. Travis Kelce, you've heard of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, but you might not have heard that Travis has a podcast with his brother.
Jason.
What's his brother's? Jason. And it's called New Heights. And I have no idea what they talk about, but I imagine it's sports.
It is sports, mostly. Okay. They're crazy. I've only heard parts of it, but they get quoted a lot. There are a lot of pull quotes to come out of their podcast quite often that you'll see bounce around.
Okay. Well, yeah. So there you go. So is it just a football podcast or a sports one?
No, I think I don't.
General?
I mean, that's their primary, I believe, but
Because they
a
both
lot of
played,
them I don't
right?
listen to because of the language, and I think those two.
Uh,
Like I love the Golics, but they don't have
Dang.
any bleep buttons.
well, anyways,
But yeah, that's pretty good. You're right. That
So-
was big.
but what do you?
news.
Yeah. What do you have any thoughts on a pop star announcing her next album on a sports podcast?
No, I think. Well, that's the most unique circumstance probably ever. Is there going to ever be a bigger? It's going to be rare that there's anyone matches her, right? And so. And for her to have a relationship with Travis Kelce to boot, right? And he's one that Mom and I've talked about. What little bit we've talked about, we said, yeah, he's built to be able to handle that relationship. You know what I mean? He's just got that. He's got enough of his fame, but it's not so much fame. He's just built personality wise, makeup wise. I think he can handle it. I think there's very few men in the world can handle her world at all, and I think he can. I think he
it seems like he has fun with the stardom and the paparazzi and all that kind of stuff.
And he's comfortable in his own skin, and he's not worried about too much. But anyway, so no, I was comfortable with it. I think it's mostly because look at today. That shows you how the world has changed in delivering content, right? I'm not ignorant to this. I mean, look how that's all that had to do. That's all they had to do was prime the pump. Right there on that one simple broadcast, which podcast, which they have a pretty strong following, but with that type, and it's exploded, of course, since he's from last year to this year. So when they started dating and became public, their subscribers and their listeners have just exploded. But because all they had to do is do it on the podcast, and then where'd you see it after that? Where was it picked up?
Oh my gosh, everywhere. It was all over, plastered. Yeah.
So isn't that very different than the old world, the old way of doing business, and the old way of announcing something? And so,
well, of course, she's done the decades of work of becoming mega famous, obviously.
Sure.
So that it's a little easier to prime the pump, as you say. But look, here's what I want to bring up, which is I don't listen. This is the only sports exposure I get. But if I were a fan of like you got the macho, the mustaches, and the boys yelling and talking about sports, and if I'm tuning into that as a dedicated fan every week, and then I gotta listen to Taylor Swift come on, and
they could choose to take a break there, right? But think about it. So many of these men, some of them could be Taylor Swift fans. Don't shortchange that.
Sure.
But there's women in their lives that are serious Taylor Swift fans like you have in your household. So it kind of
I would just feel like my territory is being encroached upon, is all I'm saying.
I'm just
a little bit of an invasion there.
I can't believe I'm defending it, but I can see how it works.
I don't even listen to the podcast, and I felt kind of violated. I was kind of, hey, whoa, this is my
perfect timing
space.
though. Look, the teams, it's been the doldrums of the summer. They've just been starting all their camps. Ball games haven't really started. Preseason NFL has started, but there's so it's the perfect time to deliver something like that. That information. Anyway, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm aware.
Well, there you go, Taylor Swift. There's one more big piece of news. The UFC. Did you hear about this?
Oh, yeah. They're going to do it at the White House?
No. Oh, what the heck? I haven't heard
that. There's going to be maybe it's WWE. WWE at the White House lawn.
Oh, my God.
Did you hear about that?
That's hilarious. No.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to happen. All right, I'm sorry. Go back to UFC.
That sounds awesome.
That's like Trump, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay, well, the UFC exclusive broadcasting rights were acquired by Paramount Plus, the lamest streaming service out there. Just kidding. They're probably good. They've got SpongeBob. I'm a big SpongeBob fan, but even that's not been enough for me to subscribe to Paramount Plus ever. But
we're subscribers. There's all sorts of
really.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh yeah, because you were watching like the 1980 or no 18. What's that Western show? 1883
and
1883.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, so you guys will be able to watch UFC in the next 7 years if you keep your subscription.
Probably skip over that, but no, I didn't know
because
that. Wow, that's big.
They spent $7.7 billion for a 7-year contract. So they were outbidding Amazon, Netflix, and other services like that.
Wow.
And so part of me, in some articles I read, it seemed a little bit more like we just want to win. You know, it's like when you're at an auction and somebody's bidding on a pair of socks, but you're bidding against
They're just
their
trying to get
ex-girlfriend or
in the
whatever.
game somehow, no matter what. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you spend an extraordinary amount of money just to win the game, win the bid. So it seems like that's what happened there. And I'm especially curious how it's going to work, because when they've been on ESPN lately, but you still had to pay $80 or whatever to see the fight, or to see a given fight night, which is crazy, on top of your ESPN Plus subscription. That's how it's been for the past while. And so Paramount's not even doing that. I checked with Zach, our resident UFC expert. He said it's literally, if you have a Paramount Plus subscription, you'll be able to watch the fights.
Really?
So for $10 a month or whatever that is with ads. So that's
see, they're going to they're going to draw that segment.
That's what
to be subscribers, paid subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably they'll draw those fans for sure, but also Paramount's going to draw on some fans, but I think UFC, I think they're probably going to be the bigger winner from it. They're going to gain probably a lot of fans by people who never would be willing to pay $80 a fight. Right. Now they just have their subscription and they can tune in. So there probably will be a surge in UFC fans is going to be my guess.
Don't you think they must have some serious advertisers set up? How would you sign a contract without already having some estimated amount of revenue coming in, at least from advertising?
Exactly. Once you start talking billions, it's crazy. Of course, I read about the guy who owns Paramount Plus, and he comes from money. His dad, I can't remember what it said his dad's name was, but I guess his dad has like $290 billion or something like that. And so he's inherit. Anyways, so 7.7 billion is probably chump change to families like that. But all right. So I rambled on long enough about that, but get ready to watch some UFC, Dad.
All right. I told you, yeah. I'm glad we have an expert to bring on to the show. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely very talked about.
It's huge. It really has gotten huge. I cannot believe.
Oh yeah,
they're heck of athletes. Don't get me wrong. I know, but I told you, I don't spend much time watching them beat themselves to a pulp. But there's some great athletes in there. They really are.
For sure. Well, let's wrap this up and get ready for season 2. I think next week. Well, you're going to be on vacation, so we got to figure out how we're going to pull this off.
But you're going to call in. I told you. Mom said I got plenty of time, she says. So
yeah, or we record before. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. We want you to be able to go on vacation, but somehow or other,
every day of my life is vacation, Coop. So it's no, we're excited. But yeah, we'll check. We'll talk about. We'll strategize.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Sounds good. I mean, obviously, I think we're gonna spend the bulk of it getting into football.
Yeah.
So
I'll start getting ready, and then we'll talk. Like I said, we might do a little pre-recording, and you can get some others on there if you want, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, with that, everybody, that has been season 1 of SportSense. Dad, it's been so fun. Thanks for sticking with it with me.
Thanks for the idea. You've done a great job. Believe me, I'm just along for the ride, but you really have done good. There are quite a few people really enjoy it. So your clips are great. They get out there, and it's been fun. I mean, it's like, I don't know how you say amen. What do you say at the end of a season? But no, it's
nothing.
It's
we'll
been
see
good.
You next week.
Yeah, see you next week, and really looking forward to this year. I think we'll have a lot of fun, a lot to talk about, a lot to react to.
Yes, I want to get your predictions next episode. That's what I want to get.
All right, I'll work on those. I got to look at everything. Well, we'll see. We'll see how I do this year. All right, sounds good.
All right. Well, see you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
See you,
Bye.
Coop.
See you, Dad.
SportSense.